Today our guests are from Schaumburg Toyota dealership, sales manager Igor Mett and salesperson Peter Yanev. Both of them are from Eastern Europe. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me please where you're originally from and how long have you been living and working in Chicago?
I'm originally from southern Ukraine, a city named Odessa, right on the Black Sea. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Absolutely.
And been to Chicago about 25 years, a little over 25 years.
And what about you?
I'm from the east part of Bulgaria, Black Sea again, city called Burgas. I've been in Chicago for 5 years now.
Why did you choose this industry?
Well, the industry kind of chosen me. I was looking for a job where I can make some money and picked out the sales job and loved it so much that I've been doing this for over 20 years and love it.
So you applied for a temporary position and then you loved it?
Pretty much, yes. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I loved it.
What about you, Peter?
Been around cars all my life, graduate school about cars and stuff. I used to have a big partner with a small dealership back in Cincinnati, Ohio. Then I moved to Chicago, tried a couple of jobs, and I decided to get back into the car business.
So you transitioned from a dealership owner to a dealership salesperson?
Yes.
Are you planning on going back to being an owner?
It's very hard, and for now, just being a salesman, it's pretty good and convenient.
How many languages do you know?
Well, I speak Ukrainian, Russian, and a little bit of English.
Bulgarian and Serbian and Macedonian are pretty close to each other, so I would say I speak them and English.
What is your ideal customer?
Well, customer that is really passionate about cars, they like the brand, and they're not just shopping for the price, they're just shopping for the reliability and the long run of the vehicle.
And how often do you come across your ideal customer?
Every other customer it's focusing on the actual car and on the value of the car and the options and stuff like that.
So it's like 50-50?
Yes, 50-50 would be a good guess.
All right, and
Well, somebody that believes in a brand, somebody, I've been with Toyota all my experience with Toyota, and somebody that believes in a Toyota story, somebody believes in the reliability and value of the brand, and somebody that loves the cars we sell.
when did you start believing in the Toyota brand?
Before I was selling them. I started when
You were a
owned one.
customer?
I was a customer before I was a salesman, yes.
Do you work primarily with immigrants?
Well, I work with whoever comes to the door. I do get lots of Bulgarian people come to work with me, but I'm willing to help whoever walks through the door, make them happy.
But you have advantages as a salesperson knowing the language of specific ethnic groups here in Chicago and also knowing their mentality.
Yeah, it's definitely easy, and people that speak the same language, they tend to trust you a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's like the connection is already there by just saying, oh, we're from the same country, especially when we're so far away from home.
I think it's more important, being from the same ethnicity is very important, that we understand each other's thinking. We understand what's important to us, what the values are that important to certain people. But we all speak English here, and we do understand, and so whoever comes through the door, we will help them. So we have customers that have been here for anywhere from a couple of days in the United States to some people that have been here for generations and generations.
What are the top 3 qualities a salesperson should possess?
I would say you gotta be willing to help people. You gotta be energetic. You gotta be able to sell yourself. You have 3-4 sentences room to be able to get the people's attention, and you gotta be able to listen to people and understand what they want.
Have you mastered the quality of being able to listen to the people and to understand their needs?
Well, I would say I improved a lot for the last few years.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody can master it to that level. But you learn as you go every day. Every day you learn new things.
What about you?
I always teach my salespeople, my colleagues, and my kids as well. You have one mouth and 2 ears. you have to listen before you talk. So listen 60% of the time and talk 30% of the time.
I know also one more thing, that while you're talking, usually you will not get new information and new knowledge for you.
Right. You want to understand people while you're talking.
Tell me something about the Ukrainian and the Bulgarian community here in Chicago and the suburbs.
The Ukrainian community has been in the Chicagoland area for over 100 years, over 6 generations. I believe it's about 600,000 people, or maybe a little bit more.
Is it the
churches.
second largest community after the Polish community from Eastern Europe?
I believe so, yes. I believe so. And there's areas where it's very heavily populated, mostly Ukrainian communities that lived there for generations. Some in Chicago, obviously, we all know about Ukrainian Village, Ukrainska Okolica, where a lot of people from Ukraine live. There's businesses, there's places to eat, places to play, drink, have fun.
I know there are a lot of churches also.
And there's also 6, I believe, churches in a lot of people
Ukrainian Credit Union.
Credit Union, yes. A lot of people, they're very successful businessmen, restaurants, transportation businesses, other businesses.
What about the Bulgarian community?
Well, Bulgarian community is not as old and established as the Ukrainians, but
how old is the Bulgarian community?
Probably 25, 30 years, maybe.
Okay.
There are lots of people. Over 300,000 Bulgarians live in Chicagoland.
Which is not a small number, taking into account that Bulgaria is a relatively small country of 8 million people.
Yes, that's very true. And the good thing is, majority are centered in Des Plaines, Mount Prospect, Elmore Village. So there's lots of people in the same spot.
Okay.
And
Schuler Park.
Schuler Park as well. Yeah, this is another very popular area.
Yeah. Can you point out some accomplishments of the Bulgarian community?
Well, Bulgarians, they are very successful in transportation business.
Like what?
Like trucking companies. There's some people that have a big truck dealerships. There's lots of limo services. I mean, we're everywhere where there's money to be made.
Oh, okay, that's nice to know.
Yeah.
Is the Toyota brand popular among the people from Eastern Europe?
Very popular. A lot of people understand and realize the value, the reliability, dependability of the brand. Also, affordability is very important. And they're classic cars. Everybody likes them. We have a vehicle for just about everybody. Anything from a little small car that gets 40, 50 miles a gallon, a hybrid, all the way to a full-size truck, a minivan, several sport utility vehicles, sedans, 2-doors, fun cars. A lot of people own Toyotas in the old countries or dreamed of earning.
I don't think that a lot of people own
in the 90s
Toyotas,
and the later they did.
because they were not affordable. They most likely dreamed of owning.
Maybe they dreamed of owning them.
While owning Lada and Zhiguli.
Yes. And Moskvich, you forgot.
Moskvich, yeah. What about the Bulgarians? Are they fans of Toyota?
As a matter of fact, they are. And in Bulgaria, Toyota is like a premium brand. Like it's almost as the price of the BMW and Mercedes, pretty much.
So if you classify the top 5 brands of cars in Bulgaria, how would they look like?
I would say Lexus, which is part of Toyota.
Okay.
You got Toyota, you got BMW, Audi, but
in that sequence.
I would say, yeah.
In that order.
Yes.
Also, our dealer group, we don't just sell Toyotas. We also sell Mercedes-Benz. We have a St. Charles Mercedes dealership, and we have a Woodfield Lexus dealership, and 2 Toyota dealers. So we
That's
sell
the Resnick Auto Group.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
What is the philosophy of the Toyota company as far as the customers are concerned?
Great question. You know, if you could picture a Toyota logo, there's 3 ovals. The horizontal oval represents the car, the product, the automobile, the metal, something that you get in every morning, and
the hardware.
The hardware, exactly. The vertical oval is the customer. You say the vertical is the person standing up, and then the outer oval is the one that puts it all together. The heart of the customer, the heart of the product. is put all together.
Is that something that you came up with, or is that something that they taught you in school?
No, that's a part of the Toyota story, Toyota value story. Yes.
Okay. Okay, and what about you?
Well, Toyota cares about people being happy with their vehicles, being safe. Toyota Camrys being one of the top safety pick every year, and they're focusing on reliability. So if something happens, customer calls and Toyota takes care of them no matter what, no matter how many miles and how many years they had the car.
So they focus on the good customer service.
Customer service for Toyota is very important.
What do you want to achieve professionally?
Well, my number one goal is to provide for my family. Professionally, the job is the tool to provide for a family. I have a beautiful family, an awesome wife, two great children, a beautiful household.
So your family motivates you to achieve professional
Yes.
success?
To move up in the ladder and to make my customers happy, to make some money to be able to provide for my family.
Same thing here. A man should support for their family. I'm looking to support for my family, looking to build a long career. It's always good to start at a young age because career takes a long time to create. And I believe I'm on the right path, and hopefully I'll go even higher.
So you'll be patient enough to climb up the ladder and hopefully become what?
Well, the next step is a management position. Hopefully I get there eventually.
Like what, sales manager?
Sales manager, or wherever is available.
So you would be happy to take his position?
Or maybe work with him at the same desk.
Okay.
We will. It's coming.
What is it that the city of Chicago is giving you which you couldn't achieve in the city you were born?
I love city of Chicago. I love the parks. I love the waterfront. I love the skyline. I love the entertainment, the theaters, the restaurants.
Yeah.
The theme is very family oriented, and it reminds me a lot about my old town, about Odessa.
So it's very similar to Odessa.
Very similar because it's all about the family.
But what is the advantage of Chicago over Odessa?
The energy of Chicago is unbelievable. It goes back hundreds of years ago with the good and the bad stories about Chicago, and everybody thinks
so there's more energy here.
Yes, the energy
more
is
action.
unbelievable. Yes.
Chicago has always been like a dream destination for lots of Bulgarians. We heard about it back in the movies, Al Capone and all this different stuff.
Okay.
And the things that happen here. And it's a great place to live, and to say that you live in here, it motivates you, just the infrastructure, the society.
So everybody in Burgas knows about Chicago, and everybody in Chicago?
Don't really know about Burgas, but
well, that's a problem.
Well, it's a small.
I'm sure you're trying to compensate that and educate your co-workers there about Bulgaria and
Oh yeah.
And the city of Burgas.
I talk about home all the time. If people ask me, and I tell them it's a good country, but I think Chicago is a little better.
Tell me something about your hobbies. Do you have any hobbies that you want to do like when you're not working?
I love spending time with my family. I love traveling, fishing.
Where do you go fishing here?
Several different places. I love fishing for salmon in Lake Michigan. We go down south to Florida, to the Keys. We go to New Orleans. We fish for tuna there. It's a lot of fun. Very relaxing. And
how early you wake up in the morning?
I always said that I have a problem waking up at 6 o'clock to go work, but I don't have a problem waking up at 3 o'clock to go fishing.
No problems whatsoever?
Not at all.
I got 2 kids and a wife, so I like to spend time with them, but whenever I have a little window being out of the house, I like playing soccer a lot, and we just like being outdoors, going to the park and walk around, explore.
I think you should have a good insurance, because soccer, as we know, is a very traumatic sport, unfortunately.
Yes, you're right, but we try to keep safe.
What advice would you give to a young person who is willing to pursue a career in sales?
I think the most important thing in sales, just like any other career, you have to be able to present yourself well. You have to be able to sell yourself, whether you're on a date with a girl or a boy, or you're in a job interview, or you're in a workplace. You have to be able to sell yourself and have people like you for who you are. And that's the most important thing to the young generation. They need to get away from the computers and the video games and be able to talk to other people and present themselves to other people.
Okay, so you believe in old school of sales when you have to basically be able to work with the person and don't focus on the quantity and like direct mailing and cold calling and stuff like that.
It has to be man to man. It has to be eye to eye. You have to be sitting across
You
the
have to
desk
have
with somebody.
a friend to. Do you have a lot of customers that call you not only to buy a car but for other reasons?
Yes, they do. They call me. Some call me with their family issues.
Yeah.
Some call me with the financial issues. You would believe.
So your advice to a young salesperson is to not only be focused on the numbers and on the money, but
It's all about
On the
being who
people.
you are and being able to present your people skills to other people.
yeah.
Well, to be a successful salesman, you gotta learn from the older salespeople, more experience, but you gotta like what you're doing. Like if you don't feel comfortable around people and talking to them, it probably is not the right thing to do. But if you're outgoing and conversation starts right away, probably it's the right thing to do. You just have to be patient, listen a lot, and be able to sell yourself.
Tell me one thing you learned from your sales manager.
Igor is very persistent and he likes to spend time until the problem gets resolved, and that's very important.
Great to see you both. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.